Bill, you are muted.
My gosh.
It's all
Good
good.
first impression, right?
Hey, other than that, how's your day going so far?
Doing great, doing great. We are live, and we are with Alan Stern today. I apologize, slight problem there with the microphone. So I'm still learning this platform of live stream with StreamYard. So forgive me, people. Yeah, we're here with Alan Stern. Hey, my name is Bill Penley. And if you don't know me, I'm with Caliber Home Loans. I've been doing mortgages for about 26 years, and I am starting a platform on YouTube right now with regards to getting professionals like Alan on a podcast style live version. And then we're probably going to hit the studio at the beginning of the year. So stay tuned for that. Alan, awesome to see you again. And I always want to give a quick intro of why people are on the show. I met Alan about a year ago at DuPage Real Producers, and he literally dropped the mic with a ton of people, top producing real estate agents at his car dealership. So he's number one, a car dealership, which I bought a car from. So definitely go talk to him if you're looking to buy a car. Secondly, as we were in the event, he literally got behind the table and started scratching at a DJ booth. And I'm like, wait a second, this guy's got it going on. So, really quick connection with Alan. And then come to find out, as I started following him on social media, he's created a content making machine, one man making content machine maker, and really diving into the AI specifically. So, that's why we have him today. And he is going to break this down. And every time I listen to him, I learn something new. And what I love about how Alan takes this is he simplifies it. He articulates what needs to be put into this awesome technology. It literally is like just coming at us like a fire hose right now with everybody. So that's why we're talking today. So, Alan, is there anything I missed here?
Buddy, let me tell you, that is what I call a big musical introduction with the hype music in the beginning. I sincerely appreciate it, man. But before we get started, I genuinely just want to turn it back to you and say grateful for the opportunity to be here today to pour into your audience. And for those of you who, we haven't crossed paths yet, name's Alan Stern. My background is in owning a DJ company and in selling cars, two completely unrelated fields. But at a young age, I had to master the art of making the phones ring without spending any money. Recently started doing speaking engagements on that, how to become a content machine using AI, and started a business completely out of accident. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to bust out the crayons, draw some stick figures, and show you some actionable skills on how you can start using Chat GPT amongst other AI today. So appreciate the opportunity, Bill.
Yeah, no problem. So I guess that leads us to the first question. We always want to kind of simplify it. So I always break it down either to 2 points or maybe 3 points when we're talking about stuff. So the first question, let's just dive in. What is AI?
It's artificial intelligence. It's been around for decades. The reality is a calculator is AI. But the thing is, what you can use AI for now is just so much more. I don't know about you. Math is not my strong point. So let's say that you gave me this ridiculously long math problem. I'm going to have to take a few minutes to actually work on that. Meanwhile, I can just go into a calculator just like that, the problem's done. And when we take that analogy and we apply that to what Chat GPT specifically is, now it's basically the equivalent of problem solving skills with a human or instant problem solving skills, or what we're going to go over, market research data and using it as your thinking partner and best employee that you don't have to pay for in a matter of seconds. And you can do some like really, really, really cool stuff with it.
Awesome. Well, that leads me to question number 2. How are we going to use it, Alan? Show us the light. I mean, this is what I love about how he breaks it down. So he's gonna dive right in for us.
So I can attempt to explain it like this, or I can do a screen share and actually share with you how to use it. So what I'm just going to go ahead and do is flip this around real quick. Bill, because I'm on full screen, is my screen sharing right now? Does it show the cover photo of our thing?
You got it.
Awesome. So specifically what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share with you how to develop a target customer profile in a matter of minutes by using Chat GPT. The audience today, my guess is salespeople, entrepreneurs, realtors, and loan officers. And We all know the importance of developing a target customer profile, but I'm sure we can all agree it's a lot easier said than done. So, if we're going to reverse engineer how to make the phones ring by using social media, it's only fair to ask ourselves, well, what are some common problems that cause somebody to reach out to you? In the world of business, we exchange money and time to solve problems. For example, we all exchanged our time to be here today on this webinar so that we can solve the problem of learning AI for our business. So if we were going to reverse engineer problems and I was having this presentation 1 year ago, I would say, all right, bust out a pen and piece of paper and let's actually write down some frequent situations that cause somebody to reach out to you. But you see, we no longer have to do that because there's this nice little thing called ChatGPT that has taken the world by storm. Now, if you're somebody who is not using ChatGPT and you're like, hey, this AI stuff sounds super techy, truly all it is an artificial intelligence tool that helps you write, think, and solve problems faster than ever before. And that last part is very important because, again, people spend money to solve problems. Now, what's nice about ChatGPT is it is the equivalent of a Google search. Like, I promise you, there is nothing techy about it whatsoever. If you've at some point in your life gone on Google and searched something, you can use this. The difference is, though, you can actually interact or chat with this and go 2 or 3 layers deeper. So what I'm going to show you right now is a sequence called a prompt chain. Prompt basically means search term. So if you were a car salesman, here's how you would use it. You can go on ChatGPT and you see it's a super basic interface. And at the bottom, you see me typing, what are 5 problems that cause someone to consider purchasing a new car? I would click the green arrow that says send, and now you would see it populate a whole bunch of data. So you see we have 5 pain points right over here. That's kind of cool, but the truth is most people don't know you can go 2, 3, 4 layers deeper, and that's actually where things get real interesting. So us as salespeople, now we have a problem or a pain point that may cause somebody to want to do business, but we still have to create urgency. Otherwise, people will naturally drag their feet. So now I can follow that up and I could say, what are the consequences of not solving each of the problems listed above? And what you're going to see is you're going to see now a whole new set of data populates, and I have a way to create urgency. Now, this is important because let's say that I'm out and about, whether it's at a networking event, I'm at the dealership, somewhere, tagged in a Facebook post, whatever it is, and I see somebody complain or vent about one of these problems that might be a reason to do business, I can then build urgency by saying, hey, all jokes aside, you should probably address that. Otherwise, this could happen. So I have problem and urgency. But if we want to develop a target customer profile, we still need to go a layer deeper. So what I'm going to show you now is a way to follow that up. And I can say, who is most likely to experience each of the problems listed above? And now you would see another thread. So to really, really break this down, what has now happened in this 3-step process is I've identified an audience, a pain point that might want to cause them to buy a new car, along with a way to create urgency. Now, all of this is great, but let's just take a look at this. There's so much data that's going on here that you're probably just not going to read all of it unless it's simple. So I can organize it. I can follow that up and I can say, put the above 3 threads into table format. And now here's what you'd see. It will generate a table, and in now one short, simple, easy to read place, I have audience, problem, and a way to create urgency. Are you kidding me? Dude, I look at this and I am just blown away by the fact that this is free because I am genuinely depressed right now for the people who are not using this. Because just to shed some light on where we are right now in the world of business, imagine a time where the market has corrected so dramatically for everybody. The price of everything has gone up and we're all trying to figure out the same thing. How can we run our business lean? And then poof, AI comes along and now you have the best employee that you don't have to pay for. And just by learning a little bit about this, you're able to run circles around your competition. Imagine that and just squandering the opportunity, man. So that's why I get so excited for this. Now, I'm going to turn it over to the chat real quick because we got a decent amount of people on this. If you right now are using Chat GPT in one way, shape, or form to create content, would you mind just dropping yes in the chat? And if so, could you explain how you're using it? Whether it's for articles, emails, to create sales listings, just go ahead and drop in the chat how you are presently using Chat GPT. Because
And
what
we see Christy Avalard. Thanks for tuning in here. So she said, actually, let's. She put
Christy's
a comment
mind
out
is
there.
blown. Look at that.
Yeah,
She's using it to
her
write.
mind is blown. So thanks, Christy. She's a rock star real estate agent, by the way. So she's using it to write listing descriptions as a real estate agent. So, and she is very good. She could be her own Chat GPT person. She's
Oh, for
on
sure.
top of every deal.
So the reason why I wanted to bring this up is many people are aware that ChatGPT will actually write articles and emails for you as long as you tell it. So I can just like that prompt search that I did, I could say create an email to sell blank listing. But here's the interesting thing. You have to create content that resonates with people. Otherwise, it's going to get lost in the noise because the average person sees somewhere in the world of 4,000 to 10,000 advertisements every single day. So now check this out. Just by taking the extra step and collecting the data, what you see on this table right here, what I can then do is I can say, create an article to the owner of somebody who has an older vehicle with a limited budget, who experiences the problem of reliability and maintenance cost, and remind them of the consequences of not fixing that because they'll get frequent breakdowns. Now, all of a sudden, I have a well-written article that might resonate with somebody who is in that situation. Mind-blowing that we can do all of this stuff. So that right there is how you can use Chat GPT as your thinking partner so that you can collect market data, identify a niche in the market, and ultimately speak to somebody's pain points. So what I want to do next is actually go and switch things up a little bit. I just showed you.
By the
Yep.
way, I just wanted to add there, as Chat GPT is moving at such a fast pace. I mean, let's be honest. This came out when? November, Alan?
Yep. Came out in November. And I want to say it broke the record for the most downloaded app in the shortest amount of time. Actually, no, the
Yeah.
most new members in the shortest amount of time. It had that record until Instagram released Threads. And overnight, they basically, I'm not sure what the number was, but they, did that. The reality is, I don't know who's using Threads, and everybody's using ChatGPT. So I'm not
Exactly.
sure how good of a comparison that is.
We have the link down below too. There's a free version, and then there's also Chat GPT 4. Is that right?
Yeah, so basically what this is this is what's called a freemium app, which means the
Okay.
basic plan is not going to cost you anything. So there's different levels of how smart and how fast Chat GPT is. It's going to, from what I understand, unless this just changed, it's going to default to GPT 3.5, which is great. However, if you're going to spend the $20 a month to upgrade to the pro version, you don't have to worry about bandwidth issues. You can get on at all hours of the day. Whereas the free version, sometimes you can't get on because the servers are overloaded. And GPT-4 writes a lot better if you're going to use it for humor-based marketing. It has more one-liners and wisecracks. And the other thing is it actually has plugins. So for the sake of time, because we only have 14 minutes left,
Right.
I'm not going to really go in depth on the plugins, but like Canva has one. There's PDF readers. There's all kinds of plugins. And think of those as like apps on your phone.
Right.
They integrate with Chat GPT and allow it to talk to each other to perform whatever task that you want.
Right. Well, I love how you put it as far like the way that I kind of thought about how you're taking this new technology. I think most people are pretty afraid of it. I think that's the reason why you're seeing people like, okay, I don't know if this is for me, but I think what you're doing is you're showing people how to articulate what needs to go into it. It's almost like English class 101. You're learning how to ask a question with Alan teaching you how to do that. And it's like anything else, garbage in, garbage out, right? So I think how you're putting this together for people is just kind of like resetting our our thought process to be able to use it just like what we did with the internet. I remember when internet came out, all the www dot, and you're like, wait a minute, I can't remember that stuff. This is a whole different level to help you, and it's basically like your virtual assistant. So I think how you're presenting it to people is letting them know that you don't have to be afraid of it, but you can articulate this just like what you're asking your assistant to do or anything like that.
For sure. It's mind blowing. I mean, it's one of these things where naturally there's always resistance to learn something new. I'll be the first to say, back in the MySpace days, I looked at Facebook and said, I don't need that. I got MySpace. I got Top 8. I could pick my favorite song. I could do all of that stuff. So I fought it off, and I was late to the game on Facebook. I was late to the game on YouTube. I was late to the game on Instagram. Same thing with Twitter. I've missed the boat so many times, and I promise you, I'm not making the same mistake with this, because this is way cooler than any of those new social medias. So
True.
what I wanted to do next is just kind of share with you a little bit about what Midjourney is, because all of what we just went over was great, but it's just simply text. But there's another layer that you can go, and that's called text to image. And there's things like DALL-E 2, which is the same company is Chat GPT. It's owned by OpenAI. And then there's Midjourney, which I'm going to share with you guys right now. So let me go ahead and do my screen share on this, and we'll get things going. Now, this is something I encourage you guys to fool around with. Now, Bill, just to do a quick check, is my screen sharing right now on Discord?
You got it.
It is? Awesome.
Yep.
So all that this is, Midjourney is really, it's a bot, and it's on a platform called Midjourney. And what you would do, we see right at the top, to trigger the bot, I would just type /imagine, and then I would just ask it to generate a picture. So let's say that I wanted to draw a picture of Bill. Let's have some fun here.
Oh no.
Bill, how old are you?
48.
48.
Don't tell everybody though.
How did it feel to watch the color TVs come out? No, I'm just teasing.
There it is. I knew it was coming.
Right. Your hair looks great, by the way, Bill. So
Thanks.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to instruct this bot to say, create an image of a 48-year-old bald man on a podcast in his. Are you in the kitchen or the living room?
I am in my basement.
So we're in
newly remodeled by FBC Remodel. By the way, I got to throw a plug in there.
It actually looks really good, and I can't even hit basement. There we go. All right. 48-year-old bald man on a podcast in his basement with the background as blue. And hold on a second. And there is a picture that says 1776 in the background with blue lighting. So basically what I've done here is I've just described what I'm looking at right now. And I just click send. And what's going to end up happening is you're going to see right over here, I've given it a command. And it's going to start. And then about 30 to 45 seconds, what you're going to see is you're going to see a rendering. And it's actually going to give 4 variations of this. So what's crazy, first off, is the fact that you can even do this. And we see right over here, it's 15% done. Now it's 46% done. It'll probably get done in like 10 seconds. So what's interesting here is just like Chat GPT, what I can do is I can interact with this. I can say, all right, cool. I actually really like one of these pictures. Or I can say, give me a variation of it. Now, Bill, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 right over here. If you were to ask for a variation of any of these, what one would you do? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
I like 4. What's the one on the left there? It looks like it's old school, like.
I have no idea, but
that's a 1776 guy. That's what it is.
Oh,
right?
That's what it is. I like that.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
That is actually pretty cool.
See, I like the last one though. He's got that Jason Statham look, and he's really.
He's dialed in. I don't know what's going on with 17.787, but whatever. It is.
It's still working out the kinks, right?
It's still working on the kinks. So I've now asked for a variation of this, and what it's going to do is it's going to spit out 4 additional images that are similar to what this is. Now, you might be saying, all right, dude, this is cool, but where would I actually use this? Let's say you're somebody who has a handy skill set and you can actually make something. You can use this as a prototype design. Let's say that you want to use memes and GIFs to promote your business, which is something that my company actually shows you how to do. You can generate the image from here. And similar to stock images, I don't believe there's a royalty as long as it's, well, actually, a robot made this, so I don't think there can be a royalty. So we've got that. And let's say that you wanted to do a prototype design. So I'm going to, again, right over here where it says imagine, I do that to trigger the bot. And let's say that I wanted to make something elaborate, like an indoor concrete waterfall fountain with plants. I could do this, and I could just see what this thing pops up with. And these are all things. I'm not saying the robots are coming for your jobs, but I'll let you kind of connect the dots and use your imagination. How much money do you think companies used to have to spend on prototype designs, on R&D, on all of these things? They used to spend an arm and a leg. And now I'm not saying that this is going to put them out of business. I certainly hope it doesn't. What I'm saying is, this is a legitimate threat. And this is crazy that we now as humans have mass access to this for, I think Midjourney is also like $20 a month. So over here, let's say that I actually had the skill set of making something like this. I just typed that in, and now this is a prototype design that's right over here because I'm simply using text to image. So it's mind blowing, man. And I would encourage anybody who hasn't fooled around with this. I'm not saying sign up for it, but you know what? If you're curious, you can do some really cool stuff with it.
That's awesome. Yeah, so I mean, it's just crazy how it's everything is becoming AI driven, and it can be overwhelming. So we're just breaking it down into three categories. One, the thought process. Love how Alan put it into the Chat GPT and helped you out there. The art, like that's why I put art up on the screen, because there's things that you can think of visually, but maybe you can't put the pen to paper. So that Midjourney is an awesome app that you can use to do that. The next thing we want to talk about, because obviously I'm into video, and so what are your thoughts on video, Alan? What's one that sticks out for you?
So here's the thing. When it comes to video, it all depends on what you're attempting to do with it. Let's say that you wanted to use video, you're looking for an AI software to edit videos and stuff like that. There's things like Opus that are out there. Let's say that you're looking to take that text that Chat GPT created for you and upload it to a program and have an avatar that looks like a real person created. Believe it or not, this actually exists. Like, conspiracy no more, man. Check this out. So for those of you who are not familiar, there is actually a program that is called Synthesia. And real quick, Bill, is my screen sharing?
You got it. Yep.
So
It's right up there.
Synthesia is basically avatars. So what I can do if I have an account on this is I can take that text, that article that Chat GPT created, and I can upload it to one of 140 different avatars. So based off of whatever my brand representation is, formal, not formal, casual, whatever it is, I can pick somebody. And basically, here's what happens.
Hey, I'm Olivia, one of Synthesia's stock AI avatars. I'm looking forward to helping you create videos.
It's crazy. So
That's
if I have an
crazy.
account on this, what I could do is I could just copy and paste the chat or the script from Chat GPT, and now I upload it to an avatar that looks like a real human being that says it. It's crazy. Like, dude, imagine meeting somebody at a networking event and saying, hey, you're going to receive a voicemail. I'm sorry, you're going to receive a video message from my assistant in a few hours, and this is your assistant. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to replace people, but the crazy thing, believe it or not, is you are actually able to make your own avatar. I kid you not. So where this is going to go, I have no idea. But what you can do is you can film yourself. If you're somebody who has a high-end camera like you do, now all of a sudden it reads the body language, it has your voice inflection and all of these things. And where this is going, I'm not 100%, but the stuff is here.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was messing around with it the other day, and of course, like anything else, when you first try it out, it may come off a little wonky, but that's I mean, and here's the thing. A lot of people are afraid to be on camera. Let's just be honest. So this is a tool that you could use to sidestep that and go, listen, I'm just going to type it in and I'm going to have an avatar do it for me. And it at the same time, it's still the same message. But the other one I wanted to kind of mention too is Descript. So I actually signed up for this. And the cool thing about a lot of these AI companies, they're not charging an arm and a leg to do this stuff. The Descript one was like $24 for on a monthly basis, but this is awesome. This is something where you could take if you wanted to take that next step and do your own. Let me pull it up really quick. Let's see here. If you wanted to do your own version of video, you can actually just basically jump on here and put your video on there. You can also, it also allows you to take the transcribed text and actually cut out the information on this. And so I think it's a great tool. So it just takes another step. The other thing that I love about this, let me see if I can put a video on here really quick with regards to the, let's see here. I'm still learning this, but let's go in here.
Just don't press Alt F4.
I know, right? Oh my gosh. Let's see if I can. Oh, here we go. So this, I'm going to show this really quick. This will be the last thing. But if you have a problem with eye contact, and let's say some people like to use the teleprompters, this is awesome. It'll actually show you how to use.
Looking at the camera right now. In reality, I'm reading off of my script. That's over to the side. But with the script's new feature, eye contact, you'd never know. I know. Amazing, right? And to use this for yourself, all you have to do in Descript is select your clip, go to Effects, and enable eye contact. Now you can easily film while reading off of a script or looking at your viewfinder to make sure that your shot still looks good. And you don't have to worry about breaking eye contact with your audience. Not to mention, it also drastically cuts down shooting and editing times because now you don't have to worry about memorizing and forgetting lines all the time, which just means one less thing you got to worry about when recording. Because I mean, setting up the camera is already hard enough as it is, let alone speaking at it. So anything that makes that easier is a win in my book. Believe it or not.
That's awesome.
Oh, hang on.
You're good. I see you.
Yeah, there we go. All right. So
that's awesome, man. I actually was not aware that Descript did that.
Yeah, I just pulled it up last night. Sorry, I had a little bit of tech issues there, but I just pulled it up last night, and this is stuff that you can really just cut your, like, we're gonna try this with this live version too, where I'm gonna cut it up and put it on social media and just let AI run with it and see what it looks like. So all that being said, this is like I said, a fire hose effect when it comes to this stuff. I would pick your favorite thing to do. First of all, check with Chat GPT and start brainstorming with that AI and see what it spits out. You know, we're not, like Alan always says in his presentations, we're not plagiarizers, but you have to kind of use it to make it, you know, help you think with stuff, you know? So Alan, next question. Let me just throw out here too. The last thing is, if you have a question with regards to types of AIs out there, like you thought, hey, I want to use this for an image or I want to use it for real estate. There's an app out there called, there's an AI for that. Can you believe it? So there's that piece. So check that out. It's awesome. There's developers. It also shows that there's developers working on new products. So there's people that are taking hold of this right now and they're running with it. And I think if you do not jump in and try to at least understand where this is going, then you're going to miss out. So, Alan, next question, last question. Where do people find you and how can they take the next step to learn more about AI and do a deeper dive with you personally?
Yeah, I appreciate you asking. So I actually just in the chat dropped my digital business card. It's got all of my social media handles that are on it. So what you can do is you can just go to thisisalanstern.com, AlanStern. All the social media handles are on there. However, for those of you who are like, hey, this AI stuff, I totally see how this could work for me. I just want to give you an option that may or may not make sense for us to work together. Bill, is my screen sharing? Does
It
it, 3-day
is.
crash
It
course?
is now. It is
Awesome.
now.
So basically, what I've done, so my company, Persona Marketing, what I do is I show salespeople and small business owners do-it-yourself marketing, leveraging AI, so that way they don't have to pay a company on retainer to make stuff for them. I'm not saying fire your marketing company. I'm just saying if you're the kind of person that's cool rolling up your sleeves to do it, I can show you how to do it. So what I've done is I've put everything together in a 3-day crash course where it's 3 Zoom calls, an hour each. And what we will do for your business, number one, the first call, is we spend the first day mastering Chat GPT. I make a custom data table with you, which I already mentioned over how to do it on this call. But from there, we can use that to create the long form content like blogs and articles. On day 2, what we would do is we would have some fun making humor-based marketing in the form of memes and GIFs. Now, we've all seen these and we've all shared them, but the truth is most people don't know how to make them for themselves. And many people have no idea that you can actually take these and use these to promote your business in an entertaining way. But at the same time, when you do this, you're actually learning some basic graphic design skills, because if you take a look, all this really is it's sourcing a picture and it's adding a caption, which if you really want to get creative, you can do that on Midjourney with the text to image, or I'll show you some other websites. And then on day 3, we would focus on education-based marketing to brand yourself as an authority figure. We would use Canva to basically take your headshot and turn it into an infographic like this in 2 minutes time or less. Don't worry, there is actual workbooks that show how to do this before, after, tell this to Chat GPT, all of that. So again, if you are interested in doing that, there is a QR code that's right here. Again, not a sales pitch or anything, but just imagine you're at this point in business right now where everybody's trying to learn how to use Chat GPT, and everybody right now is trying to figure out, how can I gain market share in this economy? Imagine having this opportunity and just squandering it. So if you're interested in doing that, I'd love to have a conversation. If not, you know what? On my digital business card, there's a free ebook that you can download. And I just, again, Bill, I'm truly grateful for the opportunity to be here today with you all. And I hope you guys all got a ton of value out of this presentation. And I'll stick around for a little bit. If there's anybody who has any specific questions on anything that we just covered, feel free to drop it in the chat.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We try to keep it at 30 minutes. We went a little over, probably because of my tech issues and my babbling, right? Just kidding. But if there's anything you need, we're going to be doing this on a monthly basis. Next month, I'm either going to do one of two things. We're getting close to Christmas, so we're going to have Jim Drosky is a credit expert. I'm going to have him on. We'll talk about how to save money through the holidays, especially with the market doing what it's doing. These are really, really good opportunities to really dive in and help you as either a real estate agent or an entrepreneur, or just somebody that's needing to work with their own business models to make it in this world, of this crazy world we're living in. So feel free to reach out at any point, but there is actually one comment. Let's see what we got here. Oh, thanks, Christy. She said, you guys are rock stars. Thanks, Christy. She is awesome. So thank you for being engaged with this, Christy, because that helps us out. And obviously that's what these lives are for anyways. We're just trying to make sure that we're getting the news out and being helpful, and hopefully we get some ears on this too to help people out. So you guys have amazing days. Let me turn this over to the music, and you guys can enjoy the rest of the day. Hopefully this helped you. And if there's anything you need, we're always here for you. Okay.
Awesome.